All right. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome
Merry
to the,
Kwanzaa Hanukkah miss.
Yeah, I like it.
KwanzaaCon 2016.
KwanzaaCon?
Holiday Con.
Man, it is the C3 holiday special, sans green screen.
I'm Josh Holbein.
And Santa stopped by.
I'm Santa.
that's
I'm
Santa.
Santa Claus. So
That's right.
ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
The C3 boys have been very good this year. So
Whoa.
came in
That's
with some
right.
presents.
We're about to get better.
Not cold.
Bring it down a notch.
We're going to turn into a very different video.
Man. Well, good times, good times. Happy holidays to all of our faithful viewers and listeners.
Like
Christmas is upon us, which means it's the end of the year already.
What a year!
I
has it
suppose.
been. This is the first Christmas without Harambe.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
No, we're feeling it.
Yeah.
Which is not a country. By the way,
We checked.
we did check.
Is it a city though? Do we,
But,
I'm
it's
still not 100% sure what it is,
It's a state of mind.
but it's not a country.
Okay.
But man, I
I
suppose.
think it's kind of like Margaritaville.
right. Harambe Town.
Romney Town.
Man. So yeah, as we're sitting here filming, we just finished up WWE Roadblock.
End of the line.
End of the
And,
line.
Or what they should have called it the Sunday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that heat.
So some people won their matches.
Some people
So
lost
some
their
people
matches.
Cesaro and Sheamus are the
Every
new tag
match,
team
actually,
champions.
you guys,
and that
interesting
was-
bit of trivia. Every match had a winner and a loser.
That's
First
when's
time.
the last time? Yeah, when's the last time that's happened?
Yeah,
Well, although that
been a
last
while.
one was disqualification.
Oh, that's true. True.
So
But he was one of the
Somebody
winners
still lost.
There- yeah.
somebody won.
by disqualification. So
put a W in the column.
But here's my idea, Daddy. Nobody wins.
Yes.
Nobody wins.
I like it. Josh likes it. What do you think, Santa?
It's got my approval.
Right.
good. Good. That's what matters.
Yeah, so we finished watching this deal. So I suppose, I don't know, in C3 tradition, do we want to like go through and say our top fives for the year, or should we just say what are your top 5 things in general for 2016?
Oh man.
Sure.
So movies, music. What
It's a
are the
big
top 5
undertaking.
things that?
Well,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm number 1.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
all you
I'm
guys'
not,
lists.
my top 5 is C3, and then Turnus, Kyle, Mike, Josh. I mean that's my top 5 right there.
It's a pretty good
so,
list, but did you check it twice?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Still
Okay,
there.
good.
Checked
Good.
it twice.
Good job, Santa.
Now that's checked.
But of course we're filming this on the.
Okay, well,
For-
all right. So I'll start this top 5 list. Let's
All
do
right,
a
here we
top
go.
5 list that we haven't done before. C3's top 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Ooh.
There we go.
Mm.
So I'm gonna start this off with
Good
Jingle,
job, Sam.
Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
Jingle All the Way. That's my number 1 too.
It's my number
Okay.
1.
Number 2, Home Alone.
The first or the second one?
First one.
Number 3, Die Hard.
Yeah, I'd have Die Hard.
It's a Christmas movie.
Damn
Look
it.
it up.
4, I'm saying Krampus.
I have not seen that yet.
Two new.
Number 5.
Great,
I'll
great
go
Christmas movie, but yeah.
With, number 5. I gotta go with classic Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yep. You
times.
gotta have that.
Good times.
Honorable mentions. Maybe Elf.
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
A Christmas Story.
Christmas.
Elf was a great Christmas movie.
It
Yeah,
took like the
it
first
really
like
is.
like most Will Ferrell movies. It took me a while to like. I had to watch it at least twice to get it because the first time I just hated it. Same with the other guys. First time I watched the other guys, I was like, God, this movie's so dumb. And then I watched it again. I'm like, it's genius.
You're like,
funny thing about
it's
that,
so
though.
dumb.
Yeah,
You
it
get
is
a different,
dumb.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb.
But
I
I
get
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, honorable mention.
I still think best part other guys. I'll never get over the Sam Jackson and the Rock.
Aim for the bushes.
Yeah, that's one of the best
Classic.
actors you can see.
And then Ice Cube the voice. That was really messed up.
Aim for the bush.
But
I was gonna say though, I've seen a couple of like people have been revisiting Home Alone, and people who've never seen it have started seeing it, and I've seen a lot of hate for Home Alone.
Oh, it's
like,
awful. I mean,
Which,
it's
I like the
which
hate for
people
Home
be
Alone.
like,
It's a
it's
great
not
Christmas-
good. It's
It is
really
a great Christmas
cartoonish.
right.
I was like, yeah, that's the
Yes.
point. It's like,
That's-
Every Christmas movie is cartoonish. What's your
Yeah.
point?
like,
I mean,
this
come on.
isn't believable, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's a Christmas
Also-
movie.
That's the point.
Wait till you get to the second one. That's
Even worse.
Yeah.
This isn't as believable as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like the
right?
like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Is that
Right.
Okay, I need to tell everyone something. I was insanely upset because I just saw that on Netflix today. I'm gonna sue everyone that ever taught me because I didn't catch on that it's the Santa Claus
Yeah.
and not like, oh, he's the Santa Claus.
Right.
See, I
it's
was
like
actually-
a clause, like a clause in
Yeah.
a contract.
I was actually, because I had watched it today or yesterday too, and I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I bet you whoever came up with that idea is like, I'm so goddamn clever.
Yeah, exactly.
The claws, like, oh man.
Must have been the PetSmart guy.
Oh, I definitely.
Claus,
Yeah.
yeah. And not to be
Never
confused
know.
with Goldberg's Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
CLAWS. Which is absolutely fantastic.
It is.
Ugh.
Side note, in the non-Christmas spirit, I was just thinking bad action adventure. For some odd reason, I sat through all of London Has Fallen last night.
oh.
If any of you guys are familiar, like the Olympus Has Fallen
Seen it on
series and all that.
Netflix.
Not
But
bad.
London, so I threw it on because it was like Missy conked out, and then I threw it on as like, you know,
Right.
just something to throw on. I was
Right.
gonna go back downstairs,
No, just
and I ended up watching the whole movie, and just it is just dreadful, like absolutely
Oh,
garbage pail.
in
Kids
January, I looked at what's coming Netflix in January, and I was not aware of this, but I cannot wait. Sharknado not only made one movie,
Yeah.
not two, not three, but four.
That's right.
And it's called The Fourth Awakens. It is a Sharknado
Yes.
Star Wars crossover.
We are gonna
Nice.
see.
And if that doesn't get you excited, then I don't know what will.
Man.
Because I'm counting down the days.
Maybe
till
good
that comes out.
movies, but yeah, I get your point.
Call me crazy. I've never seen a Sharknado movie.
What?
I've seen the first one.
It's a
Never,
family film.
It was great.
never really wanted to. Like, I get the point of it.
right.
Do you though?
That's it.
Wait, do you though?
Yes.
Do you get the point of
Oh
Sharknado?
yeah, I
What's the point?
absolutely do.
It's
It's supposed to be a cool, cheesy movie, and it's neither. So
It's
I
like
really don't want to watch
Mega
it. so.
Croc versus Sharktopus.
Oh man, Sharktopus stands. That's in my up there on my list.
I don't know. Rubber
I
is
always
pretty
like
bad.
the movies that like don't know they're cheesy.
right.
Right.
That's why they're good.
They're not aware of how
Because
cheesy
they're
they
genuinely
are.
trying, but they
Then,
just
right, like I grew up with '80s movies that legitimately thought they were like the greatest movies ever, but they were cheesy.
Like,
That's what I want to watch.
that's like the difference
Big Trouble
between
in
like
Little Chinatown, kind of.
Yeah, well, kind of, but I'm talking about like Z grade movies.
well, it's like the
you know.
difference between Miami Connection and the FP. Like
Right.
the FP was like trying. to be-
Very aware of what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Miami
difference
Connection,
between
they were
whether
trying to
you're
actually make
aware
it like,
of.
yeah.
We're making a cheesy movie. We know that
Right.
we're making it for the people that love cheesy movies. Well, it doesn't always work. It doesn't always translate. I like
Yeah.
watching cheesy movies that don't know they're that cheesy.
Right. I'm with you on that.
Is that camera still rolling?
I don't think so.
Does it have a light?
I don't see
It
it.
is indeed rolling.
Sweet.
All right.
Thought it would be-
Well, you better.
That's
catch
right
it.
on me too, isn't it?
That one? No. That one's like us.
No,
But,
that one's all me, Kyle.
Yeah.
Stop it.
So no, that's this one. Sorry.
Oh,
Um,
there we go. Can you get a close up of that?
Yeah, of course we can.
It's technology.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
So let's go.
How does the camera work?
Let's go best of this year.
No, it doesn't.
Let's go.
Best
What,
of this
best of the year / what you're thankful for.
All right.
I'm gonna start off Rogue One.
There we go.
I can't think of a movie right now that I enjoyed more than Rogue One this year.
Same.
I haven't seen it,
What's
so.
the-
I'm
Well, if you watch it before next week, it'll also be the best thing.
But I'm gonna say I absolutely probably agree with that because I knew that from watching the trailer. This movie's gonna be great,
Yes.
I'm trying to think of other
So
movies that
I'm gonna
came
say
out
I'm
this year.
thankful for Rogue One
I'm thankful for.
without even seeing it.
I don't know, Doctor Strange was. Wow, it
It's-
doesn't hold a Rogue One though.
I haven't seen
Doctor Strange was
either.
good, but once again, it's well, we've seen it already.
It's
a couple
very
times.
formulaic.
I mean,
Very,
dude,
very safe.
it
It was
formula,
to take a note from imagery. It was Iron Man on shrooms.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's the best way I've ever heard it explained.
but it was. I will say though, I felt it was very well done.
Oh yes, extremely.
Wouldn't take that away from it for a minute.
I'm thankful for all the. It sounds stupid.
Damn, Mick Foley looks good.
Yeah, no shit.
I motivated him, so.
Yes.
But all the Batman vs
You did,
Superman
Sam? You
Suicide
did.
Squad hate, I'm thankful for all that because I just think it's funny
Hate.
to read. Yep.
So, hey,
I just laugh.
I'm
you know?
gonna throw Suicide Squad in there.
Susie Squad.
Suicide Squad in there.
Suicide Squad.
I'm gonna throw Suicide Squad in there. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It was my
Honestly.
favorite DC movie in a while.
It was actually one of my favorites in a while that DC's thrown
Well,
out there.
and-
Yeah.
I just think it's so funny. It's like, oh, this Joker, he's nothing like the Joker. No, he's terrible. Like, we saw him for 2 minutes.
Right.
You can't
and
base
not
your
only
entire
that,
opinion on the
See,
Joker.
here-
on
that
that.
was the point.
And here's
Let's
my
us something
thing.
different. Thank you.
And I think I've talked about this. Well, this is my first C3 podcast with Santa, so somebody at C3
My first
probably
C3 is Josh Open.
talked about this. But it seems that every iteration of the Batman series gives us a different look at the Joker.
Right.
Your 80s,
Right, this shouldn't
the
be
Jack
any
Nicholson
different.
is what's his name? God,
The Jack Nicholson Joker.
not that one. Oh god.
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger. He showed kind of the more psychotic,
Right.
side of him. And this Joker was just it was the terrifying Joker. Like all the
Yeah.
other iterations of the Joker, I've never actually been
Here's what I
legitimately
liked
scared
about
of.
this Joker is he seemed connected.
Yep.
And I always wondered whenever I saw Joker, even in like the animated series, like how does he get all this stuff? He's gonna be,
Yeah.
basically in this movie, he's like a drug dealer that's connected to all these people that can do all this shit for him. And that's what I liked about that. He wasn't just like, oh, I'm on my own with a couple of henchmen.
And to
No,
kinda-
this guy's almost like a drug dealer,
He's-
the puppet
God,
master.
he's
you
the
can't
king of
do that
Gotham.
unless you're high above.
Right. He's the
I really like that aspect.
he's the king of
it,
Gotham,
honestly.
but like to talk about him in the movie, like the scene where he gifts Harley Quinn to that guy he ends up shooting, like
that was in the extended, right?
that was in both of them.
Oh, was it? I
But
thought-
that was awesome because
Common?
I was like, yeah, I was like so confused because it was like he was like getting off on like,
giving
Harley
Harley
Quinn
to this
people.
guy.
and then they just kind of like that's
See, that was great
cool.
though.
That's like because you don't see that like he's genuinely enjoying like playing with this
And
guy.
not only that, we have a Joker that's in a relationship with Harley Quinn in this movie. You can't compare that
Yep.
to any other Joker we've seen before on
Yep.
film. So
And he legitimately every
this
time
was a
he
different
yeah.
Joker altogether.
Every
so.
time he was on screen, I legitimately felt like uneasy. Like,
Yep.
I just
Yeah.
didn't, I
Like
didn't
when,
like it.
when
And
he'd
no
get in
other,
the chair and he'd get in somebody's face,
Yeah.
it's like
No other Joker, like
I thought
every
he did
other
that
every
great.
other iteration of Joker, I'm like, yeah, he's the bad guy. But then, like in the Gotham lore, everyone talks about how they just, they don't feel comfortable around this
Right.
guy. Like,
I
they're
like
just
the
scared of him.
detail of he goes to the scientist's place to get the neck, the collar, the stuff to get it unshipped or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a point to everything he did in the movie to get Harley Quinn back. It
Yep.
was like, I don't know, it was a little more believable, and I think that's originally
not
that's what
just
they were going
straight anarchist
for.
like
Anarchist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do whatever. Yeah.
I will somewhat disagree with it. I did not hate Suicide Squad by any stretch of the imagination. I enjoyed it when it was done. I was like, that was a fun little movie. You know what I mean? I didn't feel it was fantastic.
It could have been.
I
far
didn't
better.
feel it was bad.
I really liked it, honestly.
The problems with me were all filmmaking problems. The
Well,
third
that
act
was probably due to all the reshoots.
Yeah.
That too.
yeah, the third act was kind of weak because just once again it's the same plot point that's been done 100 different times. It wasn't really interesting. They didn't do a really good job of creating a sense of doom. I didn't feel like I just didn't feel like it brought it back up. What was great was what you guys talked about, like the characterization and everything of all the characters. I thought was pretty good.
Yep.
Like the character, creating them and things like that. Like that was really good. But the
I
story
thought
to
they had
me
a good
just
team
didn't.
chemistry too. I mean,
It did.
It-
like-
It got where it needed to go, but
Yep.
it didn't do a very good job of it.
We're forgetting Deadpool. Guys.
Yeah.
That was February. I think.
Before I jump on that too, I do want to address one more thing about the whole DC universe that I've already spoken with Kyle about, and I just love people saying that they don't like Batfleck because he is mean and he kills people and he uses guns.
Right.
Like these are people that are, I'm assuming, not familiar with like Batman lore, and that like if you're Batman and you're fighting crime and your body gets beaten to a pulp on a daily basis, like 20 or 30 years down the road, you're gonna be like, I've had enough of this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start killing people.
I'm gonna go with what works.
Right.
Right.
And he's not shooting people one-on-one. It's more like
Right.
he's using it for crowd control and for things
Right.
like that. And it could always
He's
be
not
rubber
straight up going at
bullets.
somebody
Right.
and throwing a cap like right between their eyes. And
Right.
He's
yeah.
not doing that.
He's not a Punisher, cold-blooded
Like, this
murderer.
is very much a Batman that's had enough of everything, and he's just giving up on the
rotten
world.
thugs.
So I would still say I like Rogue One more than Deadpool, but damn, Deadpool was good.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so good.
Well, we got that to
I
look forward to
absolutely
next
agree.
year.
Deadpool was
If they can
amazing.
get their
Yes.
things back on track.
What about worst of 2016?
I will say one more.
Most
My
of it.
my hidden gem, and Turnus watched this the other night with me, would be Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Yes.
The Lonely Island.
If you
Yes.
haven't seen that movie is great.
It is good.
It is definitely a hidden gem, if
They
you will. of the year.
really screwed up the marketing on that one.
Yeah.
Because like they advertise like it's about Connor and he's like this great pop star and all these, and he's just so full of himself. But they forget to advertise that there's an actual like story in the movie.
I would say it's the Pop Star version of Spinal Tap.
Pretty
Like,
much.
I wouldn't say it's as good or as clever, but we just lost a camera.
Microwave is done.
I think it's
Pizza's done.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh well.
Ugh.
No
I
better.
can-
Camera down.
I can replace that
Viper down.
with a cell phone. But
Viper down.
You can replace that by a cell phone? With a cell phone.
With a cell
you've heard that cell phone that there's cameras on cell phones, right?
Oh, dude, Santa doesn't get reception at the North Pole. Yeah, Verizon hasn't made it up there yet, so.
I'm Santa.
Yeah. What is she doing?
Ho ho ho.
I don't know what any of those guys are doing. Like they're all
Oh, shucky ducky, the power.
Booker T's got his
Whoa,
Tinder
what's this?
app
Yeah,
open.
did the power just went
It
out?
looked like it, right?
must have.
Maybe he's using his phone as a light.
They forgot they're still filming backstage.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
figured,
so.
they
That's
must have just
crazy.
figured nobody's watching and just
Yeah.
shut the lights off.
Deadpool was awesome.
Deadpool was amazing.
So what
It
movie?
got the right amount of everything.
Yes.
Everything. You know, it wasn't like just straight up comedy because there was some pretty badass moments in there, but like
It was
Ryan
edited
Reynolds,
very well.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm
now
glad
the
too that
studio lights are
they're
back on.
that they're doing a sequel and that they're trying to
Oh,
supposedly
the monitors all reset. They had a full
Yeah.
power outage.
Yeah,
Holy
just
cow.
go away. Dang.
Crazy.
But I'm glad that supposedly trying to keep Deadpool to like
Toned down.
fairly low budget,
right.
like not
Yeah.
a $500 million because it doesn't need to be that.
Right.
Deadpool's never been about that. Not that I read Deadpool on an average basis.
Have it be good to go. And,
So here's something. It's kind of funny. I said the other day I was on Reddit. You know those original Toy Biz X-Men action figures.
oh yeah.
So
of
some
that
guy.
90s, best of the 90s.
Yeah, some guy was at a flea market. He bought a Gambit for only $150.
Only.
Yeah, that's what everybody said, and he was like, "Oh man."
That's like
that's
$6,
like-
my friend.
So
Yeah, it's like-
speaking of X-Men, X-Men Apocalypse, thoughts?
I saw 20-30 minutes of it and I turned it off and I haven't watched the rest yet.
Still
you
not had the
think-
chance to see it.
Do you think that it goes on Santa's naughty list? Does it get the coal?
Yeah, Olivia Munn in that outfit.
Who's seen it?
Go on my naughty list.
Like I said,
Is anybody
I'm with
seen
these
it?
guys. Started watching it in a hotel.
I
and then-
finished it. I mean, it
It's-
wasn't horrible or
Yeah.
anything, but it,
I enjoyed what I watched, but
I
yeah,
didn't
I
mind
didn't
it.
buy it. I haven't bought. Surprisingly, I haven't bought any.
I didn't
of the
mind
movies this year.
Apocalypse. It was, but the only thing I said, I think me and Turnus were talking about this, it doesn't really offer anything new to the franchise at all.
It's just there.
Sounds
It's
more
the
like
sto-
the
it's
whole
the
Magneto
story.
thing.
It is. Is Magneto bad? Is he good? Is he bad? Is he good? It's kind of
That story's
Who knows?
It's one of those where it just goes
It's
back and forth.
The,
where
the big show heel or what is
yeah,
it?
Wheel of Heel.
Wheel of Heel.
Yeah,
Really,
it goes back to that. That's kind of all the movie is. But it's not bad though. I mean, it's entertaining. I would put it in the middle of the best
Well,
and worst list.
All right. What
It's
about,
not on the worst.
What about Ghostbusters?
I'd put that on the worst.
I haven't even seen that yet. I still refuse
I'm
to watch
putting
it.
that on the year's worst list.
I don't think it deserves the worst.
Yeah, I don't think it was
I do.
worst. It was
It was bad.
Easy there.
I thought-
Did you actually see it?
Yes, I actually saw the extended version of it,
Nice.
and it was
That's right.
not good.
Yeah.
Nothing about that movie was good.
Oh.
Well, just to
Charlotte's
clarify
crying, yeah.
your point of view.
It was kind of a slap in the face to some really good 2 movies.
Although, I mean, I'll give it one thing.
2 was better than the remake.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I thought the writing was decent. I guess my biggest thing
Writing?
was oh, come on.
That's all you're gonna get from this guy,
No,
man.
here-
I promise. That's all you're gonna get from him.
Yeah.
Like, we've
No.
been down this road.
Hemsworth like saved it for me.
Hemsworth was bad.
You misogynist.
It was not good.
No.
And it really has nothing to do with the sex swap thing.
Right.
That was,
I will say, I guess it was kind of one of those movies
Very
that I
annoying.
felt it didn't as you don't want to call it a reboot or a remake or whatever, but it could have definitely not been called Ghostbusters.
Right.
And I think this could have been an opportunity to set up a whole new franchise.
But it doesn't work. I mean,
It was
Hollywood
very-
doesn't want to
it
take
was very
chances
over-
on
overdone.
IPs.
Why
Everything
couldn't
they
we
did.
cut the budget a little, have those 4 go do something else, and made some money? And
Here's the
and
thing.
have them have their
Here's the
own
thing. On
series.
paper, with the cast that they had, the 4 women, it's like, holy shit,
Yeah.
this should have been great.
Yep.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't good at all. I mean, and it had nothing to do with them as actresses. It was just bad all the way around. It was very overdone. By the end of it, you're just like, ugh.
I think you're very thrown off by the fact that it's what's his name comedy.
Kevin or
Who's the-
Paul.
Feige.
Paul
Paul
Feig.
Feig, yeah.
Feig.
He's got a very. I know he's gay, but don't be mean.
No. Is it just Feig? F-E-I-G? F-E-I-G.
I thought it's
Feig.
Feig.
Feig. Okay.
Feig, Feig.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, he's got a very particular way that he does comedy. Like he's got a very
Which isn't
specific
very good.
sense of humor. And if you're like Eric, you don't like it, and if you don't like
I
his
don't.
sense of humor, the whole movie's not going to work for you.
Yeah, it's true.
And I
though.
think that's
Right.
kind of
There-
what
there's
happened
only
with
so many
people.
jokes you can do about so many things in the movie. It's like that doesn't work.
I
You
think
know?
that's what happened to me with that movie Hail Caesar. It's the
With the Coen brothers?
Coen
Yeah.
brothers. I looked interesting, but I just couldn't get into it. And I
No.
guess that's just how they make their movies. Either you like them or you don't. You can't
Yeah.
like everything. So
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it's on Eric's worst, but it's not on our worst.
what about?
I mean, it's on Josh's
What about,
worst.
I haven't seen it, so I can't put it on my list yet.
That goes on the
I was
worst
gonna say,
list.
what about Yoga Hosers?
I've not seen that one yet.
Yeah, I tried that one the
Yeah.
other night, and I was really excited to watch it, and I don't know if I wasn't in the right mindset. I sober.
Didn't work for
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So it was entertaining, but it was like, to me, there was nothing like Kevin Smith about it.
Like,
it
What
was,
about? So did you
I've-
see the?
So-
I've heard most of the movie because like you were watching it one night, Kyle, and I was down
Yeah.
like on the computer. And I could hear it. And it sounded like decent, but like I would agree. Like there wasn't anything I was like, that sounds. I want to see that. Like it was like,
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Clearly, it's a group that Kevin Smith does not know, which is young girls.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
What-
definitely you could tell your dad made it because it's kind of like it tries like it's their version of whatever that is,
pretty cool.
and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but and the whole third act for me probably would have been a huge hit had I not listened to the Kevin Smith podcast all the time. With Ralph Garman, because basically the idea is that this Nazi's been hiding for whatever 30 years, and when he probably longer than that, he got frozen during World War II. But basically, he wakes up and he watches Netflix for like a year straight. So when he's giving his evil plan dialogue, the whole thing, he keeps switches between characters. Well, all these impersonations and characters are stuff I've already heard the actor Ralph Garman do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
if you've ever watched,
So I've already heard him. I've already heard this shtick.
which he does
Right.
very
Mhm.
great. I mean,
and it
he
is great,
kills.
but you're watching it and you're like, man,
You've seen it already.
if I hadn't have seen this 100 times or at least once a week with the podcast, I would have really enjoyed this. But I feel like this should.
but
be
maybe
great.
it's made for the audience that hasn't seen that too.
Right,
You know?
and he definitely said that the audience is it's probably gonna find it on Netflix.
right.
It's gonna be kind of weird girls.
It's gonna
You-
be,
so,
we're gonna be
uh,
buried in there with
the second
Ghostbusters.
of the trilogy.
If you could compare it to like Tusk, like did you like Tusk as a Kevin Smith movie?
I did, but I don't foresee this like I didn't foresee Tusk be like part 1 of 3.
Here's
Yeah, and
here's
how,
kind of
like-
the
Well,
thing.
there's parts 2 of 3 with Tusk.
Well, this Yoga Hosers is
Yeah.
part 2
Is
of
this
his
the Great North trilogy or something?
Yeah.
Oh, so are they connected in any way, or is it just?
Yeah,
Just
the
the-
The Yoga Hosers girls show up in Tusk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got Moose Jaws when that
Yeah.
Yeah,
Moose
the,
Jaws.
the doctor and the.
But so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Tusk was an awesome movie, but I don't think it's an awesome Kevin Smith movie because it's not a Kevin Smith movie. Like it's a movie that's directed and made by Kevin Smith, but it's not a Kevin Smith movie. Like it's so far different from everything he's done before.
Mhm.
So I would think that so how we feel about Tusk is great, but it's that really I wouldn't think has much to contribute towards Yoga Hosers or whatever.
Also this year, let's go the big one, Batman versus Superman. How's everyone feel about that? 9
liked
months
it.
removed.
I
Liked it?
I think
I mean, I don't know.
There were
the
certain
internet
parts of
hated
it.
but
Yeah, there were certain parts that the internet got right that I agree with.
Yep.
But it wasn't enough to like where you can't watch it. You know?
It was for me.
Was it a good Lex Luthor? No.
oh god, no.
Putting Doomsday in there at the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Right.
I mean, it's one of those things
No,
though too
but-
where
Everything else was decent.
It was a slow
pretty
burner
good,
for
though.
me.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
If you like slow burning movies, I mean, it pays off in the end.
The fight between them, I thought was done well.
Yep.
You couldn't have really done it any different on screen. You really
Right.
couldn't have. I mean, you can in your mind you can think of so many things they can do to each other on
Yeah.
screen, but
Yeah.
you can't do all that. So I thought it was a good fight between the two, and I don't know. I thought it was good.
I would say to a less extent, I had kind of the same problems with Batman versus Superman that I did with Suicide Squad. I will say I liked Batman versus Superman more, and like I said, I didn't hate either movie.
So
But
I actually
kinda
liked
the same
Suicide Squad a
problem.
little bit more.
Yeah,
I thought it was a little bit more fun.
it definitely was more fun.
It was a little
Yes.
bit more fun than Batman vs Superman.
Here was like what I used to describe the Suicide Squad. It was a comic book movie. It wasn't a movie based on a comic book.
Right.
It
That's
was
a great way to
comic
put
book
it.
Movie.
It
At the
really
end
is.
of the day, these are comic book movies,
No.
and Suicide Squad was definitely a comic book movie. I mean,
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. I think one big thing that BVS could have done better was Wonder Woman. They need less of her. I mean, I would love for her to show up at the end and all that still, but like, don't have the whole
Or at the party.
Just
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like we know who she is. We know she's gonna be in the movie. Have her show up at the end. Like,
There to help.
yep,
and don't tell us in the previews that she's going to show up at the end.
right. That's a huge thing.
Like elude that she's around, like show that photo, and like maybe he's chasing her, kind of.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird having Doomsday in there as little as it was, and
Yeah.
having Lex like basically create a lab rat, which is Doomsday. It was just weird to me.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
what That's so far from what Doomsday is.
Yeah.
I mean, Doomsday is a beast. He's not
Yeah.
He's
something that was grown in a
Turtle.
Kryptonian,
Turtle.
Yeah.
Kryptonian beast.
created by Dan Jurgens, friend of the show.
Yeah,
That's right.
He's not, but if we keep saying it, maybe he will.
friend of the show.
He liked us.
Everyone's a friend.
I think he liked
Everyone's a
a
friend of the
comic
show.
movie once.
One time.
All right, so switching back, different.
One more question or thing. Was out of the shadows of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Turtles 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
July,
summer,
July
yeah.
came out
Yeah.
this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my favorites list.
Yeah.
I will
Same.
too.
It was awesome.
It's
That was they got it right with them.
they did.
Correct.
I mean, I still probably don't like the design of the turtles, but
Nope.
if you let that go, it's a live action version of the show.
Correct.
Cartoon.
It's
Yeah.
a live action version of the cartoon. You couldn't ask anything. If you
Right.
grew up with the cartoon, you're gonna love the movie.
Absolutely.
And like I said that earlier this year too, I think in our podcast on how it definitely redeemed a lot for it, or a lot of it for me. I'm sad to hear that they have they officially announced that they're done
I
with
think
this
they're done skis.
iteration. You know,
It
which-
didn't make as much as they had hoped for.
Right.
So
But
anytime
if
that
anything,
happens-
you know what? If it means 5 years from now we get another Turtles,
John Carter from Mars.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
I agree with Santa that the biggest disappointment was Casey Jones,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I don't think anybody could dispute that.
No.
I mean,
It just,
it was.
yeah. I mean, I love Stephen.
Hey, when he had
At-
the mask on, he was great.
At
right?
that
when
point,
he was
Kind of.
talking.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. When he was skating around with
Yeah.
the mask on, I was like, no, this isn't Casey Jones. But
I was expecting at the end where Casey's like, "So April, do you want to go to the hockey game later?" I expected Felicity to walk in and go, "Are you breaking our plans already?"
you broke
We'll
the
cry.
trust.
Yeah,
It
we'll
was
cry.
to protect you though.
I trusted you.
And then Diggle walks in, 4 turtles.
Why didn't you tell us about this?
that aside, it was Krang.
Yeah.
Krang was
Krang
awesome.
worked,
Yeah, come on, that was
Bebop
pretty
and
awesome.
Bebop and
Rocksteady,
Rocksteady.
so
You
good.
cannot go wrong
Rocksteady
there.
So
nailed
good.
it.
Everything is good.
It was good.
It was good times.
Yep.
See,
So
Civil War was
yeah,
good.
that was I love the Captain America series. That's my favorite Marvel.
I will say Civil War was the most I've seen it. Now I've seen it, and I don't really need to revisit it of the Marvel films. I kind of feel that same way about Avengers 2.
Yep.
Good movie, I enjoyed it, but
Where do you think the
I've seen
Marvel
it.
movies are gonna go now?
I hear they're gonna make a Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard about that. Homecoming.
Yep.
Great trailer.
Black
but
Panther.
Black Panther, I'm really excited for Black
Yeah.
Panther.
I feel like Marvel movies are running out of gas.
I think they kind of
Yeah,
they've
they-
hit a wall.
Yeah.
I do
And,
too.
and that's something we touched back. I mean, that's going back to.
It would almost be better
Yep.
if they would
When
just
they announced
not do
18,000
it
movies,
for like
yeah.
a year. Take
Yeah.
a summer off. With
I think
Marvel
at the end of Avengers, the Infinity War or whatever it is.
Infinity War's first one.
Yeah, take a break after that. Let
That's
it
what I
cool
thought
down.
too, man.
Yep.
Just
Or at
give it a
least do
rest.
your single.
We
like,
every
another
summer we've
Ant-Man
been
or
given a
something.
Marvel, 1 or 2 Marvel
Multiple
movies.
Marvel
right.
movies.
I
Yeah.
want to see them concentrate on the TV shows now, or on the Netflix
Yeah.
shows, because like I just finally finished Luke Cage a couple nights ago.
Throw that on the best of this year.
The third act of that whole series was like really tough to get through because Diamondback is interesting but boring. It's just crazy. Like, I'm gonna get that guy.
Yeah.
But
Diamondback or Cottonmouth?
Diamondback.
Diamondback.
Okay.
Cottonmouth is amazing.
Cottonmouth was awesome. But yeah.
What happens to him is cool and kind of a letdown.
Yep. What's coming up next? Iron Fist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Punisher, and then Defenders.
Yep.
I'm still waiting on some more Jessica Jones. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
it's gonna
That
be
too.
awesome.
I really like Jessica Jones. Was that this too?
That
Yeah,
was
Jessica was this
I'm
year.
gonna put that
Holy
on
cow.
this year's then.
Was it this year?
No, that was last year.
Yeah.
last
That was
this year.
that was November last year. it came
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah,
It was
just
last
missed
year.
it. Just missed it.
But in
I'm
speaking,
gonna put it on this year.
That's how much it was. That's
Now-
a-
now
That's
that
how
we're on-
awesome it was. I made it 2 years in a row.
Now that we're on Netflix, Stranger Things.
Stranger
Oh
Things.
my
Yeah.
god.
That was everything it needed to
That
be.
kicked ass.
Yes, it did.
It was the perfect.
I've not heard a
80s
bad thing about that show.
nostalgia.
And that was
There's
one of
there's
those
good
things,
reason
too,
because
like,
if you've
Yeah.
ever watched any 80s movies in your life,
Yeah.
they knocked it out of the park. They really did.
that was one of those ones that really surprised me because I'm always very skeptical when people tell me to watch something because it's really good. And Josh was like, "You got to watch it. It's
Right.
good." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see about that." And I watched first episode.
Hype,
Oh my
hype always
God.
turns me
Like,
off on
Yep.
things when people
Yeah.
are just like, "Oh, this is the best." It's like, is
I
it
saw the
really
first
that
episode and I was
good?
like, I'm hooked.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
That's it. I saw the intro when I was hooked. Like,
Right.
good God.
Exactly.
And me personally, I was never a huge 80s fan of movies like that, like Goonies, E.T., like so. It's okay. I mean, but I never grew up watching it like, oh, I
Right,
love
right.
this
Wasn't
stuff
your
so
life,
much.
yeah.
I don't have the reverence for it that so many people do.
Right, I
But
do.
this was just great all
Yes,
around.
it
just,
was.
And
It
it
was
had
very
that
well
vibe,
done.
and
I cannot wait
It
for
kept
more
you
of that.
just, you were just like hooked on it from
Yeah.
Well,
the
I
beginning.
think I
just
binge
like-
watched it in like 2 or 3 days,
Yeah.
which doesn't
Easily.
really happen
We
with
easily.
Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't happen like
We sat down with the whole family and watched.
Yeah,
it.
that was just.
Oh, it was awesome.
Second,
So
you
good.
watch it.
No, we got second season. Although my fear I have for it is they have to, as with any show, whenever you're casting teen actors, is they grow up way too fast, and then it tends to ruin. You know, it kind of ruins the vibe of the show. So it's like by the time we
But
get second season,
That
and all
being
of a sudden
said, you
11
can
now
always
is,
age the movie too.
Yeah.
Two years from now. To
right. But then
You know,
I kind of feel
Put in
it's
that little
like,
gap of people have aged. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it in real time.
No, yeah, they
So-
were like the Game of Thrones where they're having to like because everybody that was on Game of Thrones when they were like 10 or 11, they're all like 30 now. So
Yeah.
it's like
we gotta
the
start.
brand's a little too big.
We can't use these characters for a whole season now because we have to let some time pass.
Yeah.
we do Indiana Jones in real time, and he's 85 years old. So it's like shit. We got a problem here.
Yeah, but I think like my main thing there is just the fact that I don't know how well it would work. You know, like the big appeal for them is the fact they're at that age,
Right.
They're at that nerdy, that
Yep.
6th grade, 7th grade age, and then all of a sudden you put them in high
I
school.
think this is the type
and-
of show where you can do like 3 seasons at the most.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, you're not going to do 5 seasons
I
out
could
of
see
Stranger Things.
do a three part.
You got to really like. You're not going to stretch any more out of this because then they're going to
Yep.
be in college, like you said.
Yeah.
You know, it's like unless we go with a different group of people.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
there
another
could be other
question,
test
you know?
subjects in there, which who knows? They could
And
very
you
well
could
open
too.
it up
They,
that. She's number
they did
11.
they did
I mean,
such a good job in
Yeah,
the
that's-
first one where it's like you could do anything. You know.
Plus, here's another idea. So, Netflix is the studio that's making it. Netflix kind of sets their own rules and everything like that. So Netflix could very well say, you know what, we want 3 seasons. We're going to shoot 3 seasons back to back to back to back,
Right.
and then release it, whatever.
Right,
Or
yeah.
like they could shoot for an entire year, and then
Have
have
enough product
three
to-
3 seasons, 3 or 4 seasons of
You
programming.
know, I honestly think they might have done that because in all the interviews and stuff, the actors and stuff seem to know quite a lot about season 2 and like what happens in season 2. Because if you look at the interviews and stuff, they're like, yeah, season 2 explores
Yeah, they
a
might
lot
have
more
already
about-
shot stuff
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
second season. Yeah.
So it definitely is a possibility that could have happened, but
Right.
oh, so good.
No, I mean, I'm definitely excited. Although, that being said, how does Netflix remain relevant, you know, at this point where they've made their money and now they become a production house. They become an independent streaming channel. And I have a feeling come, next year, within the next year or two, I think they become just their own streaming channel.
Right.
It'll just become Netflix originals. That's what you're paying your $10 a month for.
Who was saying that they wanted half their programming to be original?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they
I
do.
thought it was
When
someone
you
in the
think
group was
of- I
saying
mean, as a
by the end of
business-
next year they want half of their programming
Yeah,
to be
why
original.
would you keep paying all that that licensing money?
Well, paying
when all of a sudden,
paying for licensing for other movies and TV shows is very expensive.
Right, and that's what I'm
So-
saying. Like they're gonna start eliminating that. And it's
Right.
like, well, man, if 2.5 million people watch Stranger Things, and 2 people
And
watched.
that's the crazy thing. is I've
season
yet
7
to
of
I've
The
yet to
Dog
come
Whisperer.
across a Netflix original that I haven't liked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Same.
I mean,
That's true.
We did
if
start.
someone can name one, like
started
Everything I've ever watched, that's
anything,
the
anything
original
Netflix
is really
original,
good.
I have loved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a animated one that's like something Heat that is
the
like-
Archer ripoff.
is an Archer
I
ripoff,
tried
Oh,
one
Miami
episode,
which
yeah,
I was
Miami
not a
Heat,
fan of that.
isn't it?
and that's
It was-
exactly what
I
everybody
think it
will
was
call
Australian,
Yep.
Yep.
and that one didn't really work for
Okay.
me.
I remember looking at that one and just going, I know this show already.
Yeah.
Well, didn't this last season, not the last season, one of the last seasons of Archer have that where they had like a Miami thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Vice.
Archer
Miami
Vice,
Vice,
yeah.
Archer Vice, yeah.
So I mean, you can't
Which
really.
was awesome.
Yeah, right now, like on Netflix, I'm addicted to Shameless. Have you guys ever explored watching that show at all? It's a Showtime original.
Everyone says that that's great though.
Oh,
With
so,
H. Macy.
so good.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's not good.
that's 7. You're done.
Yeah, that's 6.
It's,
And I did 7. So
No, right.
Cut off.
I'm done.
Ah, man.
So,
Okay,
is that little thing, is that from 2016?
It is actually.
Yeah, is it
put
so?
on the list.
Does this go on our?
Speaking of 2016,
Does this
we'll
go on
throw
our
that.
best or worst stuff
Yeah.
list though? I don't know where to put
That's
this.
both.
Yeah, Corey Feldman in general. We're
That's
just
the
gonna
best.
say.
We gotta
so
show what
high.
we got from Santa
And the
early.
worst.
Yeah,
Show this
show off our-
bad boy.
So going back on there, speaking of Ghostbusters.
Dope.
Yeah, this is pretty. The Ecto one Josh got from Kyle. It's pretty badass.
Here's my problem is I wanted that, but not bad enough to buy it. But now that Josh has it, I'm like, I don't want it.
And I'm keeping it.
Give me
so
that.
Thank you.
But Corey Feldman, which I was disappointed with because I thought we all agreed to let Corey Feldman do what he wants.
Right.
Right.
I thought we all agreed.
He deserves
Probably
it.
some weird stuff happened to him when he was a kid with the
You
producers.
can just do it.
Yeah.
He gets
He
to
gets
have
a
his
pass.
terrible music.
We let
career.
Macaulay Culkin do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman gets a pass in my books.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
Let's
thing.
leave the guy alone.
He was Donatello. Like that's enough
Yeah.
for me.
So, He's got that. My thing, I mean, I guess nothing ultimately bad happened to him. I mean, we can say we felt bad for his thing. Here's what we're still trying to grasp, or at least myself. You know, not only did he get one Friday morning performance, he got two. And if you guys have not,
You got a do-over.
if you guys have not watched the follow-up,
He did not.
his do-over, thankfully isn't as weird as the first one, but it still just makes
It's
no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And then
Take a stand.
take a stand. Yeah, stop being mean to me.
I'm still saying we're gonna give him a pass.
No, we'll give him a pass.
See,
Yeah.
man, when that came out and we just sat here and went down the Corey Feldman rabbit hole, the Cow's place,
good God.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that I listened to that. What the hell? What
That
song
whole
was
album?
The one.
Angelic to the core.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I rocked that on the way home because I was like, this isn't that like terrible.
I'm still all about
It's
my
bad.
attention,
I
It's
think
bad.
it is, but
But it's fucking catchy. I mean,
No, I mean we'll give him that. I mean
It's-
he can write. He can
just
you know,
go
cheers
for
to
it.
go
Like,
for
it's
it.
on.
I don't think he's a good performer, but he's a competent recorder.
I would.
I will say, like,
He's a great
he's
performer.
competent. Yeah,
He's that good. He's great.
I mean,
of course, based on your definition,
He learned everything from Michael
when
Jackson.
he brings Doc Ice out there, it's like
Yeah,
I
that was
he
still
was
the
gonna
best.
be here.
I didn't know you were bringing Doc Ice out. Well, I don't think Doc Ice knew you were bringing Doc Ice out.
It just happened to be walking by.
Yeah.
Are you Doc Ice? Yeah.
If we
All
go,
right, you're on.
yeah, I don't know.
So
That's
yeah,
the
so
worst.
Corey Feldman has some good things. Overall, I mean, 2016, so it brought us a lot of good movies.
What about video game wise?
Yeah, I was just gonna say video games this year. It's all
Uh,
for me. It's all been in the last 3 months. It's all been about
Which it kind of always is.
yeah. It's generally that holiday, like
Overwatch.
Battlefield 1.
Overwatch.
I
Overwatch.
love Overwatch.
was-
No.
Yeah,
You play
Overwatch was-
Overwatch?
No, I don't.
I don't
But
play shooters really.
I know everything
like
about
Diablo, so.
Overwatch.
Overwatch is awesome. That's probably the newest
Yeah.
game I got into this year, and it's actually, if I get into a game nowadays, like it's
I heard really
Yeah.
good things about Overwatch.
yeah,
So.
it's like
That's
I mean,
all I've heard actually.
Yeah, me too.
I
I've
went
never seen a
from
bad thing
playing-
about it.
Me
So.
too.
I went
Good
from,
on them, you know.
I went from knowing about every game and like playing every game, knowing every release date, to playing like one game.
Mm.
So I picked up Overwatch and
Overwatch and Leagues of Legends kind of came back too a little bit. So
I'm a Dota player,
Whatever.
so League of Legends is
okay.
it's crappy.
Well, that's you then, Santa.
Yeah, that's
That's you, Santa.
it's just you.
League of
Sam.
Legends gets the coal.
Not Josh's
But
opinion.
yeah, this year we got our we got Skyrim remastered. We got our Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, which I've put a lot of. Battlefield 1 got me back into first person. I'd given up after Call of Duty like 3 years ago.
Said duty.
And then Battlefield definitely rekindled mine. I mean, Battlefront I picked up, release week, just as a Star Wars junkie, and I think like a lot of people.
What do you think happened with Battlefield? Just
It just didn't have depth. So
Star Wars,
do you
or
do
better
you
Battlefront?
Battlefront.
The biggest thing is with that one and was just the fact an incomplete game.
did you
And-
ever play the PlayStation 2 one, Eric?
Battlefront 2.
Oh,
yeah.
of course.
The Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah, I have it.
That
Just
was
amazing.
Like
Yeah,
that
it
was amazing. And
Oh, yeah, that
This
was a great-
didn't. It didn't
Yeah.
live up to it at all. That was
What
the
do you
thing.
think it was? Just too much hype, or just
I think the hype
a
and then
a next gen game should be better than what
No,
they
it's
put
just
out,
the fact
or-
the fact that they and it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love it. We still play it every week, and still, and it's
Current-
it's one of
current
those
gen game.
double edge. It's like we play it because it's Star Wars and it's fun. I like the levels and stuff. But ultimately, I think just when they released it, like we were expecting so much, and then the fact too that like I was one of those guys. I paid like the $95 to get my Ultra Shiny
It was
Edition.
It was
Which
overpriced.
when it came out, all that unlocked was a blaster pistol that did nothing and a thermal detonator. And it was
Yeah,
like
you didn't get
it was like,
anything.
oh neat, glad I paid that extra. And then the fact that there no solo campaign.
Yeah, that's
no
what killed it
story
for me.
mode. And I think everybody that's playing it,
It's strictly just an online.
strictly multiplayer.
Multiplayer
Yep,
game.
just-
That's the only way I really played it. I can't do online stuff. I don't enjoy it that much because I'm not a social creature.
I'm the
Right.
same way.
Yes.
Give me a good campaign and I'm
Yeah.
down. And if I want to play it online, I'll go do the multiplayer stuff.
Emily bought me Battlefront, and I played all the training missions, and then
Nice.
I was like, it was fun. And
Nice.
I said, I would like to go online and play it someday, but just don't have the.
But you should. I mean, it is fun. And then now, like the new Rogue One additional levels, the
Yeah.
Death Star add-on is a lot of fun.
I feel like that was a big thing too, because everybody's wanting that mission, and then they were just like, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. It's like they did an amazing job. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's probably one of, I don't know, there's maybe 3-4 games on my list that I enjoy. Or I'll have my headphones on, I'll put my stereo on, and stereo headphones, and crank it up, and I don't get tired of the
Turn the radio on. Turn the radio up.
just the sound effects alone, and the overall gameplay. I'm still waiting for, like, now that we got the new Battlefront or the new add-on map, I still just want them to open up and let us be geeks. Give me customization. Let me have more than one ship. It's like the entire gaming universe. And it's like there's more than an X-wing and an A-wing. I'd pay. Give me a couple extra dollars. I will let me unlock 20 different ships.
Well, if you're paying for it, yes,
Yeah.
then give you more.
That's how business works.
Yeah, no shit.
You guys probably didn't get on this, but we can't not talk about Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Like-
We have to talk about it.
That brought back the Pokemon craze for a good solid month.
2
Like,
weeks.
everyone was talking about it. I mean,
So I
that
think there was some confusion whether that was like a Nintendo thing or not.
There
right?
was.
It was a
Niantic-
Nintendo license thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Nintendo's stock shot up when that came out, and they were
Yeah.
like, we didn't do it. It
And then it
Yeah,
fell.
people
Like,
just
long
watched it.
drops.
It's all about Niantic.
Doesn't
Niantic.
Nintendo have a new one now? Mario Run?
Mario Run.
Right.
Side note:
$10 for a mobile
sons
game.
of bitches. Yeah, and so many people are gonna say, and it's like, oh, it's only
They're gonna do it,
$10.
though. They're gonna
But the
do it.
fact that you get 3 levels, you literally
Mario.
you
You can
literally
pay for
get
Mario.
90 seconds of gameplay.
for $10.
No, for their initial, for the
Yeah.
non-pay, you get but it takes you. The levels are short,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, this is fun, and I find myself like already I played through those 3 levels, and then I uninstalled it because I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay $10
I
for.
get $15 in credit. Maybe I should try
Well,
it.
I mean it's pretty, but to me, it's like this is what Nintendo should have gotten into 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and I've said it forever. If they would just give me Mario Brothers 1, Mario Brothers 2 for frickin' mobile, make that a $5 game
Yep.
or a $10. Give me
true.
give me Mario 1 and 2
The
for
originals as
$10.
mobile games.
Easy.
Yeah, and people
Easy.
would lose their minds. It's
Yes.
free money, and
I think
Well, I mean,
the,
look at how many
the
people
mini-
are losing their minds over the
the classic.
this thing.
the classic.
Yeah.
And
For a
I'm
$60.
not even gonna get because
I'm not either. I don't
hate that
see the.
thing.
Well, and here's kind of the funny thing is that so,
It's a piece of shit.
Anybody-
I mean, honestly.
That's what I was gonna get on.
I don't think so, but I think it does what it's supposed to do.
right.
It's
it
nice
plays
that it outputs
30
to-
Nintendo games on it. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to.
I know we had talked about
Oh,
this
it's
before,
over.
but if they had an expandable slot where you
Right,
could get
that's what I
SD
said too. That's where they
slots,
missed the boat right
and
there.
you could get cartridges with new games. Like,
No, no,
And yeah, to
no
say
upgradable
60
aspect
bucks
to it at all.
for 30 games that I'd say 80 to 90% of the people that are buying that, odds are have those games still sitting in a shoebox.
Let's be honest. You're paying for an HDMI cord.
Yeah.
Right.
essentially.
No, I would disagree. I think that the vast majority of the people buying that are people who grew up with it but have not kept up with it. Like, I don't think this is the audience
Right.
for the Nintendo.
They're not
Oh,
trying to
right,
get
classic.
us.
And I could see that. I mean,
But-
I can
Because
totally-
we have the know-how, at least, you know,
Right,
because
but
it's
these
not
same
very
people
hard.
more than likely
for the
have a Wii.
emulators and
And
Like
they can,
the
they can
ras-
download games from the Wii, the
And
virtual
The
console.
Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
yeah,
You can
it's
make
amazing.
You can
that's all
emulate
over the
it.
place. You can make a. Everybody's doing it with cartridges now. I don't know if you've seen that.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool. Like they'll take a Nintendo cartridge, they'll hollow it out, they'll take the card out, and then they'll put the Pi in there. And then where the slot is, that's where you put the USB remotes, and then that Pi has HDMI out.
That's not actual Raspberry Pi. I feel like we should
I think everyone
Yeah.
knows that it's a
clarify
board.
for people. It's not.
But anyway, but
Pi.
you know, and then you
Don't try that.
put
Don't
like a
eat it.
16
It's a
gig.
mess.
You put like a 16 gig SD card in there, and you can literally put the entire Nintendo
You're
library.
also,
Super Nintendo.
you're also
And
forgetting
Super
about the
Nintendo and
multi-parts you can
64.
buy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
there's 150 multi-cart. There's a $400 red.
Yeah, you got
Or
your
a
Retron
400
5,
game
your Retron
red.
4,
right,
Well,
yeah.
the Retron 5, but
Yeah.
there's a 400 game like multi-cart that you can get. I mean, there's better things out there, but like Kyle said, he brings up a good point. It's not marketed to us per se. It's marketed to everybody else.
This too, I was gonna say like
Marketed to the dads who give it to their kids, and their kids are like, God, these games are hard and the graphics sucks. And
Yeah.
and they
That's
quit, they
it's
quit
for me
after one
anyway.
shot.
Yeah.
After a week, they're done playing
Yeah.
with it. So
here's
these
an idea.
games are too hard.
Here's the thing to say
Back to Call of
too.
Duty.
Do you guys feel that it was a direct move by Nintendo to not have? By the way, we're what's it called? Rewatching Roadblock. I just saw a guy with a Star Wars Santa hat. Anyways,
Yeah.
but do you think it was a deliberate move by Nintendo to not put out a bunch of them?
Dude, they've done that. They've done that.
I-
to the
Oh
line.
yeah,
I don't know
they're
if
They did that. They
notorious
did that
for
with
doing
Wii's,
things
they
like.
did that, yeah.
all the 3DS.
This is not the first time they've
Yeah,
done
they
it.
never overstock.
They
either.
basically act like a toy retailer.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah. No, and I don't
They
know
create a
if we
buzz
say
by having a limited amount of
Right,
things that they
but
push out. So.
personally though. I think in this case, I don't know about deliberate as I think.
They just
'cause-
weren't.
'cause when
They
you-
weren't
when you look at
expecting
it,
this
there-
would be that
but there was
popular.
Zero hype.
No, I
There's
think
not a look at the NES Classic.
I really don't think they were expecting
There,
this
has,
to take off.
there has not been a single commercial. There has not been
Right.
anything other than it popping up in stores.
The other thing of that too, though, is it's like we can say, oh, it was deliberate or it wasn't deliberate, but we gotta remember back to the Majora's Mask 3DS.
Right.
I wanted one so bad. I know a bunch of people at work that wanted one so bad. This thing was so cool, you know. It came with Majora's Mask 3D. It had awesome design on the outside. Everybody and their fucking mom pre-ordered one,
Right.
and then 2 weeks before it came out, pre-orders were all canceled, except for a select few, and everybody got like $5 back. You know, and Nintendo's like, it was like, why? And Nintendo's like,
Yeah.
it's canceled.
Yeah. It's just
Those pre-orders are canceled. Here's a few that we released, but that's it.
Yeah. We're done.
Like they never said why they only released so many. Like they never promoted it that. Like they did it, and then now that thing just shoots up like in value. And granted, it's kind of a dumb move because Nintendo's not going to reap any of that value, but I don't know. I think I wouldn't say definitely deliberate, but I would lean towards that.
I would lean towards that. They've done that with every product they've had, going back to like everything.
Yeah, I don't know like how they like
Everything.
with an event like this though. Why would you not have it be ready? Like, how would you not anticipate it being an item? You know,
Yeah.
rather than
Well, it's
trickle-
funny how
trickle out,
people
'cause,
lose
like,
their shit when something's short stock. Then
Yeah.
they want more of it.
Yeah,
It's
and
because,
as of right
they
now,
think like everybody else has to have this. Like,
I will say too,
You know?
though, that I saw a big announcement. Best Buy is advertising that they're going to have
Have it
them a
for-
week before Christmas.
which is
All of a sudden, they're all showing up.
yeah.
They're back in stock, guys. Better get them now.
right.
Best Buy, the one,
Come
the one I
into
work
the
at,
store,
Target,
buy some more stuff.
my sister's fiance works. They've both been selling out like within an hour of opening every time.
And I've been following the stock at Target and even Walmart and like up here. I mean, and keep in mind, I mean, we're in Bismarck, freaking North Dakota.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be probably on the list after Rhode Island and a couple other states, but so far, yeah, to my knowledge, I think Target's been restocked 4 or 5 times. They've had.
But they only get like
I
10
think
or
They,
10.
no, they get. I think the first day they had 4. The second time they had 6. The second time I think they had another 6. And there was 8 that came in on
yeah.
Monday.
Very,
So
very
the-
small.
I think everybody in this room would want one, right?
No.
No.
I would want one, but I'm not going to pay more than the retail
$60
price.
bucks.
I would
Right.
pay. I would
I-
pay.
But even at
I would agree with
$60,
that.
I have a hard time.
I would pay
because it's-
$30 for it.
Because, like I said, you're buying an HDMI cord.
See, but then my thing is like it comes back to like people that are buying it probably gonna play 2 or 3 games on there.
and be done.
I already have a whole bunch of games. Like, so I have a Super Nintendo downstairs.
You
I've
have
mentioned
cards
this before.
for it.
Well, I have Mega Man X and Turtles in Time Super Nintendo. I never need another Super Nintendo game in my life. I would like Mega Man X 2 and 3.
Nor does anyone else.
But
Right, but
on
going back
set-
to what you said is like you were like they don't market this to like everybody.
Yeah,
These
isn't for
are
the
these are
gamers.
$40.
This is-
These are 40-year-old, almost like 30-year-old games.
yeah,
People have this shit laying around their basement.
Yeah.
They do have these.
So,
I mean,
I would-
don't say nobody has these
Just
games.
the
I mean,
quick stat, real quick.
They do.
According to whatever, Nintendo reportedly sold 196,000 NES Classic editions last month.
Right.
So they did sell
for
200,000.
release month,
Yeah.
200,000 of them. When
It'd be hard to find someone that doesn't have a Nintendo game land somewhere.
I would
Well, I have a Wii U.
I would also throw this in there.
But I have
I'll give
emulators
him-
on my computer. So.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout out. I was talking about this with Pete, and he goes, "Oh, of course you buy it." And I said, "Well, why is that? Do you want the games?" He goes, "No, it's a vanity piece."
it is.
And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's a cute little Nintendo. You put it up there.
yeah, you
It's,
set it next to
it's
your
a cute
TV.
little.
Totally.
It's a little cute
Well,
little
not,
thing."
not only that,
And I was-
it's,
and I
it's
was-
a
and I
story
didn't
that
think
you can
about-
say, "Oh, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this too. I got this last week at so and so, and then I got this
And he's
deal."
absolutely
and
right.
Yep.
It's almost like a figure in that way.
It's like a Jingle All the Way.
It's our
Turtle Man.
Right?
Turbo Man.
It's
It
He's
is.
a Turbo Man.
Everybody's going ape shit over it.
It's a
and
free
it's-
robot named Turtle Man.
It's the same thing. So.
So yeah.
But yeah, so the
Do we
next
get to
class.
fight Big Show for it?
I wish.
Maybe.
But I'll let you grab this guy. He's gonna say Eric, or Eric.
Josh,
Mike knows. This is when you pay extra for a game.
Yes.
To get
speaking
on
of,
release.
of DLC.
This is what you're supposed to get. Like, you
Yeah.
get the game, and you get some free comic, you get an autographed
Some prints.
prints, like,
And for those of you
Nice.
watching at home or listening
Rule
on your
book.
headphones, we're unpacking TMNT's Shadows of the Past, the Works Edition, which came from
Holy shit.
backing the Kickstarter. Both Turnus and I
Yeah.
both jumped in on this.
I remember how much it was.
Wow.
Like,
It was
you
like
get-
140,
yeah, something like that.
150. It was
yeah,
up
like
there.
all
but-
these cardboard cutout pieces, these dice.
Yeah, you get
dice.
custom dice, custom characters.
Plus the
Exclusive packaging.
$60 video game.
Scenario
This is a
books.
board game. This is
Oh,
a
board game,
tabletop game. And
Scenario
it's-
books, bonus battles.
Get with it, Santa.
Yeah,
Cards
your
to
elves
keep
made
all
this.
your-
The elves made this.
Didn't they make this shit?
Hey,
Come
I'm
on,
busy
man.
with Mrs. Claus and the Nog.
That's what you say right
Santa
now.
only
Oh.
comes once a year.
Snap.
It's not what I heard.
Oh.
Cards galore.
Yeah,
More
cu-
cards.
Custom art cards, and then as he's unpacking right now, the
The
that-
board.
Does that
which
box
is
ever end? Like,
huge. And then the
Is it-
Coupe de Grace.
Yeah, that coup de grace.
If I can get it out.
that's a Joshonomics term if I've ever heard one.
it's got
Oh,
everything.
you know Joe? Yeah.
Everyone knows Josh, man. And if you don't know
If
Josh, you know
you know
somebody,
somebody
that
that
knows
knows
Josh.
The coup de grace, a replica of Kevin Eastman's unit in a Speedo.
I would take that. Honestly.
But yes, one of these killer situations of a company listening to their fans and giving us bang for the buck.
So they're listening to us.
Oh my.
This was amazing. Like,
You get figures.
Wow.
And
That's all I gotta say.
in addition to those figures, you get figures.
More
Yes.
figures.
Show the camera, Turnus.
And so these guys,
Like,
yeah, you got
it's-
exclusive turtles, you got some exclusive mousers, you got, and it was awesome. And it's like, and this is one of those situations where I think other companies should take note, i.e. Nintendo, and listen to your fans. And
Everybody should just
say-
take notes.
Yeah, because these guys, I mean, they nailed it, and that's, that is tabletop game number 2
Yep.
that I have purchased in my lifetime.
Hey man, like C3 listens to their fans, so if you want to kickstart us or whatever, we'll make it worth your while.
That's right. That's right. But man, that being said,
Jeez, that's crazy.
it's good stuff.
And the best part about all this, not the best part, but one of the coolest things about all this, they kept me updated through the entire process.
Right.
Every time they had a new production piece, they're like, hey, here's your email, here's how it looks. We're not sure if we're going to use it or not, but now you know.
Yeah, Mondo.
Yeah.
I got an email from Mondo 2 days ago. One of my orders has shipped, and I can't find Leonardo on my pre-order list anymore. And he's going to be here, or the shipment is going to be here on Tuesday or Wednesday
Supposedly of this week,
of this week.
All right.
So Leonardo might be here finally.
I don't
or it's the Mousers.
Better not be the monster. Actually, it's not the monster because the order number was for the turtle subscription.
Okay.
So it's got to be one of the turtles for sure.
All right.
Finally.
I won't believe it till I see it. But anyways,
It's Sin City 2 at this point.
let's wrap this up by saying what we're looking forward to in the next year.
You know,
Sharknado 4.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
looking to Hulk Hogan coming back to WWE
Oh, God.
to the next
Yeah.
year.
It's gonna be awesome.
Next year.
On a serious note, probably the series of unfortunate events, Netflix original.
That looks pretty
with
good.
Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf.
I'm probably end up watching that.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Justice
Stoked
League.
for that. Justice League.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Homecoming.
Yeah, Star Wars Episode 8.
Which,
Yep.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Freaking
look for our parody coming soon, right, Terrence?
Braun Strowman, everybody. Braun
Braun
Strowman.
Strowman.
Braun
Yeah.
Strowman. Woo! Braun Strowman.
I'm looking forward to all the movies.
I'm looking forward to
Star Wars Episode 8.
Yes,
Mhm.
and it's
That's gonna be awesome.
gonna be real good.
Looking
And
forward to C3.
How about comics coming in 2017?
I'll leave them when I see them. Right now, the comics industry, I prefer not to comment on. Oddly enough, it caused too much heartache here the last few months. And unfortunately, I think I don't want to be that bearer of bad news, but I think 2017 is. I think we're going to see a lot of shops closing. I think we're going to see we're reliving the 90s again.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think it bit a lot of retailers in the ass. And get out there, support your local comic shops while you can, because to be honest, we can't compete against distributors anymore, and we can't compete against Target and Walmart and multi-billion-dollar movies. No way. There's not a single comic book that will ever make $1 billion in a year.
If you got a shop on the corner, get to it.
Get
Go
to it.
Check
because
out. Check out the books.
Yeah, put them in your hands, enjoy them, talk to your local shop owner. There's a lot of product that's available out there, but just unfortunately the reality of it is we're not Target, we're not Walmart, and that's apparently where everybody shops now. And but I am very much looking forward to where Turtles is going to go, and where we have like Justice League Suicide Squad. We've got
So you think Turtles, since a movie's probably not happening in the near future, do you think it's going to be carried on in the comics?
yeah,
or no?
65. I think IDW. I think they're going to go to issue 100 with this line,
I don't see any
Yeah.
reason for them to stop.
because
I mean, Turtles has always been pretty present in one form or another,
Yeah.
since they came out.
The
Have
Nickelodeon
they-
series is solid. The
Has the comic been out of print since it started?
only issue.
I mean, has there
I
any
think
ever
it
been a
was for a
period
little
where
bit there.
they weren't producing Turtles comics?
I feel like maybe if
There's a couple little gaps after
Around, like-
the Image series to the
right around the Next Mutation, like when that ended,
yeah.
and people were like,
Well, every
"Turtles."
time it's went over
Yeah.
to another company, it was out of print for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
but
somebody else picked it up.
it's found a home with IDW, and they're kicking ass with it. And
I'll plug one of the C3 interviews we had earlier, William Dickenstein with Chosen. That's just going strong. If you haven't checked it out yet, man, there's so much stuff that he's been putting out, and it's all just great. I love everything, so go check it. It's CH05EN. It's really good. Check that out. Honestly, between that and Fight Club 2, those are the only comics I'm keeping up with right now. So
That also, then plug as well, Rochelle the Teenage Cockroach.
the
Nikolai.
Nikolai Volkov.
Yep.
Comic book coming soon.
yeah,
Yep, you know
support
what
that
I'm talking
Kickstarter. Yeah. No, I think there's gonna be a lot coming out. We got I don't know. I'm excited for Action Lab. Everything from them, and seeing where Zombie Tramp goes, and where we got Puppet Master out there.
I hear she's gonna be a zombie and she's gonna be kind of a tramp about it.
Yeah.
Nice. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. Overall, in general, I'm excited for more adventures.
Yeah.
Lack of a better term, 2016.
I think we're all ready to get 2016 under the belt and
good
yeah.
God.
You know
It's
what?
true.
be done with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Be done with
Prince
this,
can't die twice.
North Dakota winter we're having here. It could be done
That
with
we're aware
everything.
of.
Yeah.
Prince might come back, so
Yeah.
we don't know.
They're gonna resurrect him so
He-
he can
he
die
could do
again
it.
and make 2017 just as bad as 2016.
I don't know. It was a good year for that Josh guy. So
Yeah.
2016.
That was very good for Josh.
2016.
Make sure you get close-ups on these, Kyle.
Yeah.
on my thumbs.
I can't control the camera when I'm sitting here.
Fix it in post.
Yeah,
Fix it in post.
do close-ups on post. So.
Yeah.
Please.
So yeah, overall, I mean, pop culture wise, 2016 was an okay year. A lot of deaths and stuff, but
Yeah.
Yeah, very
it
much.
was the year of Josh. I'd have to say. I mean,
Every year is a lot of deaths. It's just
It's life.
It's life.
Yeah, but you lose Bowie and Prince every year.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, And
that's
Harambe.
true. Not in the
And
same-
Alan Thicke.
and Harambe,
And Harambe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and who was Zaza
You don't-
Gabor?
Yeah,
You
99.
don't lose
Yeah.
Mr. Seaver and
I will say though, my favorite quote of the year was, "How could they elect Donald Trump? Ask the country that still cries about a gorilla that died 6 months ago."
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
2016.
30,000 plus people out there who voted for fucking Harambe.
Thank you.
Yeah, who
Democracy is still alive.
put on their socks and the rest of their clothes,
Left
use
their house.
gas
Yeah.
in their car to drive to the polling place to write down Harambe.
Took their sacred duty of
Yeah.
of representing their country, for which men have died for, so that they could put Harambe
I mean,
on a voting form.
in some weird sense, it's almost like the most patriotic, freedom-ridden thing you can do. Men died for me. I'm gonna vote for a dead gorilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what's the most wasteful balling thing you can do is burn money.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess it's kind of
There you
the
go.
same thing. The burning a vote.
Oh,
All right.
But cool.
may Harambe's
That,
spirit get
That
us
wraps
all.
up 2016 for C3. You guys,
Can we get 20,000?
20,000 likes on
Likes
this
on this
video.
that'd be great.
yeah.
Can we do that?
Smash that like button,
Smash that like
Smash
button.
the
Do
shit
it.
out of it.
Leave
or
a
I'll
comment.
kill Santa.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Who's the Santa guy?
What else you got to do? Gotta say, I guarantee if you share this video or if you comment on it, that you'll get a pony. Just go outside and you'll get a pony.
You will.
That's right.
So yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. So if we get 500 likes, it's ponies for everybody. 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
We'll include a free saddle.
Yeah.
1,500 likes, you get pony baloney.
And by pony, we, and
If
by
we get
pony,
no likes, that's where
Santa's
the pony
talking out of
baloney
his
comes
ass
from.
right now, so that's
It's like this. We got a whole bunch of ponies to give away, and if you don't like us,
You're getting pony baloney.
pony baloney.
pony below it.
You know.
Oh.
It's
Everyone agrees
getting
pony
late.
is
It's getting
code
late,
for
folks.
Josh, right?
we've resorted to the pony baloney.
and on that note,
You see that it's a mainstay.
yeah.
we
So,
should
it's a
go out on
segue.
a high note.
that's right.
Well, it's too late for that.
So until next year,
Yeah.
Well, what if C3 makes another show in the
More
next
pony
week or so?
balonies to
you
go.
know, have our Christmas special.
Yeah.
our
We still have to have the
pre-Christmas
green,
special.
the green screen.
Christmas special. Yeah.
We can always do a post Christmas special too.
Why would we do that?
Yeah.
There's a post before New Year's Christmas special.
Post
Post Christmas, pre New Year's special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm down.
Make sure you get these in there.
I'll start throwing
All
them.
around.
Hey, we haven't used
Yes.
the green screen for a while. So.
Every
Yes.
time I do this, you need to
C3 in the search for Hanukkah.
Oh,
Trent Acid saves Hanukkah.
Yes.
that's right.
Josh on the streets visits Harambe.
I like it.
Our Harambe special. All right.
All right. That's
That,
enough of
that does it. Thank you
That's
guys.
enough of that pony baloney.
Happy
Yeah.
Harambe
This
days.
is
Thank
pony
you guys for
baloney.
listening.
No,
Fade out at your own.
one more.
Uh,
Josh on the streets.
Josh on the
Oh,
streets,
no,
that's
I
me,
lost
folks.
oh.
Josh in the streets, Josh in the sheets.
This is
Josh
Santa,
on the
by the
streets.
way.
Ramadan and done. A Josh on the streets exclusive.
Ugh.
Josh on the streets, Harambe in the sheets.
Whoa.
I think that's what the ladies like.
Dead gorillas in their beds.
That escalated very.
You heard it here, folks.
I gave her the old dead gorilla.
If you don't know what to get your girl for Christmas,
How do you do
dead
that?
gorillas.
Give her the old dead girl.
Jesus. All right.
Well,
I think we've hit our limit for the night.
All right. Thank you all for listening.
Oh no, we need to keep going. We just invented Harambe style.
Yeah, dead gorilla in the sheets. I asked her what she wanted for the Christmas. She said dead gorilla.
Whoever said diamonds are a girl's best friend is obviously never tried the dead
Gorillas
gorilla.
Oh shit. This got so far away from us.
That's not what it does, though. Hopes and dreams. You can't control it.
You guys have been great.
This will be
And
great
that's-
for the outtakes.
Share with your friends and family. Like, subscribe.
That's the way the banana crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way the
We
Braun
better
Strowman
pee.
goes.
On that
Alright.
joke, we better pee
Alright,
out of
kids.
here.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, this is just
that's the
getting
craziest thing I've
bananas.
ever heard.
Holy.
Would be here, wasn't
I would be here. Well,
Would you say it's driving you bananas?
I wouldn't say.
Stop it.
I don't know which buttons this